Welcome back to Optimal Frequency. I'm Grant. I'm in the middle of a spring cleanup session where I've gone out to my garage with my kettle fountain to ask my ancestors, my grandparents, my great uncle, my great grandparents, about a little practical application of yard cleanup and some modifications to the garage and maybe a tree line or two that exist here. So hopefully you can hear these responses. Let me know if you can in the comments below. And yeah, I found some cool equipment out there. Check this out. Thanks for watching. So here's another pile of stuff that we started collecting last fall. More junk that's got to go, garbage. We still have some snow out here in the front yard as well. Just a little bit on the lawn. But I want to show you something cool over here. Check out this old wheelbarrow. I don't know if Gary ever filmed this. So this thing is like 100 years old. My great-grandparents used to use this thing. Okay? It's pretty awesome. It's something you would put in the garden now, you know what I mean, as an old ornament. It's pretty cool. It's heavy, right? Heavy duty, like they built all the stuff back in the day. But look at those old boards, man. These are like super, oh wow, super rotten. I just broke it right there. I don't want to touch it too much because I just like the look of it. It's really neat. Who used to use that little wheelbarrow out in front of the house? What was it used for? So the old garage there with the green doors, I'm going to take you down the trail and show you something cool I found over here. So you look over here and go, well, that's garbage, you know what I mean? This, my grandfather gave me this. People just toss this shit out here and they have no idea what this is for. It's just a piece of rubber or matting or whatever. But that is super important that I always use to cover a wood pile I had out here. It's amazing stuff. I mean, look, it's been laying here for 15 years. It's still perfect. But, I mean, they just toss it to the side. It don't mean nothing to them, right? But this here, as I stand on the weeping bed, look at this. This is an old lilac bush. Okay, I'll try and get back. My great-grandmother planted this. So, actually, right next door to me is Mike and Muriel. They have a house, you know, 200 feet, 300 feet down that way. Very wonderful people. And they're family because her mother was the half-sister of my grandfather. And they all lived in a house right here. You see these evergreen trees? There was a house here over on the side. It's all grown up now, but that was the old house. So my great-grandmother planted these lilacs, but I mean, they're just crazy. I'm going to be chopping a lot of this down, maybe even all of it. I'm going to ask the spirits how they feel about that because I want to clear this out and put a lean-to shed here. Speaking of cutting trees down, over beside the weeping bed, great-grandma's lilac bushes. Should I just prune those or should I just take them right out? Should be cleaned up, I think, at the very least, right? If I was to cut them down, how would you feel about that, great-grandma? Junk, and now this is older stuff that's been left here for a generation. Now look at this. I'm just seeing this for the first time. Look at the wheels on this sucker. Look at this. Oh my god, those are so thick. It's some old piece of equipment. I don't know what this is, but I mean, look at this thickness of that. That is like, geez, 2.5 inches thick. Solid. And I mean, look at the gear. just in scrap alone, I don't know what that would be worth, but I mean, it's way worth a lot more as a piece of history, I think. It's really cool. So there's this other set of wheels here, an old farm implement, no doubt. But when I came out to look at this, oh, okay, hey, it's actually got some writing on it. But I mean, look at the size. Okay, like that's 4 inches across there. But I mean, look at how solid that is with the old the tread in there. It's just amazing. Looks like New Big 4. McCormick, Hamilton, Ontario, and that's where my family came from, I believe, was Hamilton. I wanted to see if I could pull this thing out. I probably can. It doesn't feel... Okay, it's heavy enough. No idea exactly what that was used for. The old farm equipment with the big old thick wheels, the second one that I took you back to back there. What was that used for? The Big 4. Should I just scrap that stuff? Or does it need to be put on display somewhere? So I'm standing beside the garage now. You can see the sides are rotting coming off the side of it. That's not a big deal. This stuff here was just some, I don't know really what you call it. It's not a wood, but it's like a soft, I forget the name of that stuff. Which is fine, it's been there for 35 years. I'll replace all of that when I redo this garage, but the garage itself, you can see, is sinking down a little bit, or if I come to the front here, you can see better. Now watch when I pull this door open, it's going to hit on the ground here. Oh, see, it's stuck. So you can't even open the thing all the way. So the garage is sinking down a little bit. I need to raise that garage up, and that's going to be a real problem. So I got my dad, this was right jammed full of junk and garbage. I mean, it still is. But I got him to clear it out so that I could put things like my table saw, a couple of old, what do you call them, like desks and stuff in here, an old dresser. It's kind of useless stuff, but my ladder, I want to clean it all out, make this like new, but of course the floor all needs to be replaced. After I lift this sucker, I want to either pour a floor in here or lift it up a good foot and put a beam and then do a new wooden floor. I'm not sure. But I mean, there is some cool stuff in here. My grandfather, or my uncle I should say, my grandfather's brother, he's the one who built the new house and lived here. So I mean, he's got, this was his garage. All the old cigarette tins. I looked online, they're worth about $5 or something. There's a few of them I was looking at here. I guess he smoked Players. And then, I don't know what this is. Dubbin, and it's got an Eskimo standing on an ice floe. It says, with silicone. It's empty. Oh, this one's got something in it. It says, guaranteed, or no, okay. It says, warranted to soften, preserve, and render waterproof all kinds of leather. So, I mean, that's kind of neat. I don't know what year that would be from. This Hack Shack hasn't gone off once. How come you don't like to use this box? I need a good rake. Is there a rake out here somewhere? A solid one? Okay, so now I want to ask you about this garage itself, okay? I want your opinion on it. What's the best for me to do? Is it for me to raise this thing up, block it up, put a new wooden floor in it? Or should I pour a cement floor and then go out an extra 8 feet for a spot for my boat? I was coming over here to get the kettle fountain and the battery pack when I remembered I want to show you something. There's one other thing I want to ask about, which was odd last week. So in this gazebo right now, we have a jam full of a bunch of stuff that should be, you know, in the garage or wherever. But I just bought this barbecue last week. We didn't have a barbecue. Now the wife and I normally buy the cheap barbecue. Whatever's the cheapest, right? We buy. So for 150 bucks, it lasts us 2 or 3 years, and then we get another one. I was with my uncle last week at Canadian Tire, and he said, no. He says, buy a good one. Says it'll do 17 burger capacity or something, so it's a pretty decent one. Stainless steel. But the thing I wanted to ask about, which was kind of neat, or strange maybe not. This would be like an everyday occurrence for us if we're not paying attention. So I'm going to ask them about this. So when I bought this barbecue, my uncle and I had been at Canadian Tire for, at least half an hour looking. The barbecue I went to buy was not there in stock. They had a model just like this one built, okay? It was under this like big plastic gazebo thing, and they had a whole scene set up with it. And my uncle was off doing something, and I walked up to this particular model, and I lifted the lid, and they had a bunch of chimes hanging down, but I didn't realize. So when I opened it, it went dingle, 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 all this tinkling chime music, as if to say, this is your barbecue. It was weird, okay? So the first time I thought that, I'm like, oh, that seems like a sign. I closed it. 5 minutes later, he comes back over. I said, come here, I want to show you this barbecue. I forgot again. I open it. Tinkle, 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 tinkle. I swear they were giving me a sign that this was my barbecue that I was supposed to buy. So I'm going to ask them right now out at the garage. All right, thank you, family. Thanks for watching over me, keeping us safe. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to you guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Same to you viewers. Thanks for watching, guys. I was about to put it away, and then I think I forgot to ask about the barbecue. Was that you, my family, and my spirit team guiding me when I was at Canadian Tire? Did you make the chimes go off so that I would know to buy that barbecue? Alright, thank you, family. Ooh, big blast of wind, and I was going to say, before the wind came through across my knees there, I got a shiver across my neck. Heh, that's funny. I was just looking at the back here. Maybe you noticed it the first time. I didn't. It says, a microwave dishwasher safe. I guess it's not that old. 10 cents it is. So as you can see, I really don't care how old that plate is. I really like the picture on it. And I cleaned it all up. I washed it. And it's going to go on my desk. Why not? If you find something you like, right? Rock it.